Hi guys, I'm back. Now today I'll be touching upon a very new topic. I'm Dr. Sujata Kapoor, as you know me, or you've been seeing my videos on the channel. So I've come up with a different video today. I want to talk about relationships. Though I've been not very successful in my own relationship, so whatever I'm going to share is something which I have learned from my own experience, and I would like to share the same with all of you. And hopefully, it is going to help you out. So, today I am going to talk about ours in a relationship. And if we take care of these ours in a relationship, then capital R's that I mean. So, if we are going to take care of these R's in a relationship, probably it can work wonders. So, we may be very successful professionally, but it is said that relationships play a very important role in planning our mental health, in our overall well-being. So it's said that we derive almost 80% of our happiness from the relationships that we have. So it is very important for all of us to work on our relationships. So I thought I'll share a few hours of relationship which I have developed on my own, and if we'll try to incorporate them in the relationships, probably we'll have better relationship, healthier relationship, and lesser strained relationships. So first R for building a healthy relationship is respect. So that's very important, to honor the other person in the relationship. Some of the relationships are strained because on the face we are very good with that person, and the moment that person is not there, we start backbiting and start talking ill about that person. So it is very important to have respect and honor in relationship. Honor means being the same, the way you are when the person is physically present, and the way you are when the person is not physically present. I will try to keep myself very precise so that you can take full advantage of this video. Then most of the relationships have failed or are failing because there is a lack of something which is known as rejuvenation of the relationships. So the second R that is important in the relationship is to renew the relationship, to restore the relationship, to regenerate the relationships. Because sometimes life becomes very monotonous, especially between two friends, between siblings, maybe a parent or child relationship, or this is especially very important in case of husband and wife relationship. You need to renew your relationship from time to time, in the sense that you can bring small gifts for each other, you can compliment each other. We should not take each other for granted, and we should think that each day it is the same relationship when we initially develop it. So whatever efforts we make in the initial phases of the relationship, I'm not saying that we should make the same level of efforts each day. That is also not practically possible, but it is essential that at least we keep on surprising our better halves, or maybe in any relationship, with small gifts, token of appreciation, to make that person feel important and ensure that the other person does not feel taken for granted. So the third R, which is very important in a relationship, is learn to respond. It is very important to respond rather than react. Whenever we are in a heated argument, if we will exercise self-control, we will not react in a situation. We will ponder over the reasons why there are unhealthy arguments, and probably come with the response later on. Then many unhealthy confrontations can be avoided. Most of the relationships are failing, or have failed because we want to prove a point without thinking that if the other person is in anger, or he is not really willing to listen to us, but we just want to put our things forward. So we should learn to respond. Respond is a thoughtful action. So we should remember that we should speak our mind, but we should take time to speak our mind. It is not we should force our thoughts on the other person, and it is also not necessary to just give an answer immediately. So we should learn to respond, come up with a thoughtful action later on, rather than giving a reaction, because that will result in a win-win situation in a relationship. The other R for a relationship is we all forget that there are boundaries in a relationship, and we develop incorrect boundaries. So the fourth R in the relationship that we should remember is to restrict boundaries and to have flexible boundaries also. So most of the times we try to intrude on the other person's personal space. We should understand every individual has his own individuality. He needs his own space, it's free time, his time with himself or herself, and we should not try to intrude into that space of the person. And the moment we try to capture that personal space, confrontations and you can say problems in the relationships arise. So we should be able to develop boundaries, and those boundaries should be flexible enough to change with time. Because let's say if I'm mother to a child, and now my son has grown up, now he's going to get married, so I cannot have the same boundaries with my son anymore. I have to reconsider the boundaries. If I continue with the same boundaries which I had with my son initially, even after he's getting married, then the life of three people would be strained. That is the daughter-in-law, your own son, and your own life. So you have to adapt your boundaries according to the changes in the situation and circumstances. And this incorrect boundaries is the most important reason, is one of the most significant reason for the failed relationships. Because we don't understand, if take for example the case of a sibling, and like I had a very good relationship with my sister. She used to take every decision in consultation with me prior to her wedding, but I cannot expect the same from her once she has got married, because my role has been replaced by her husband and probably her mother-in-law and father-in-law. So I cannot continue with the same boundaries with my sister. So if I continue, that means I don't have adaptable boundaries, I don't have flexible boundaries, and I have not restricted my boundaries, and I am trying to intrude into her personal space. So for building healthy relationships, is extremely important to restrict our boundaries. Then the fifth R that we need in a relationship is refrain ourselves from demanded entitlements. Now, this is something very interesting. What are demanded entitlements? Some of us become attention seekers, and we want that attention every time and everywhere in our life. We develop these titles, and which we want to carry these titles everywhere. I am the mother, I am the elder sister, I am the wife, right? I am the boss, even in the professional life. I am the senior. So you are the junior, I am the senior, right? I am the one who's looking after the house. I am men and you are woman. So these are demanded entitlements. When we build in our fake titles, and we want to carry forward that fake titles everywhere in each and every aspect of our life. And when we have these demanded entitlements, I am the wife, I am the husband, I am the mother, I am the elder sister, then these are bound to create failures in relationships, strains in relationship. Because knowingly or unknowingly, these entitlements, they create make us attention seekers, and we want importance from the other person, and the other person may be very busy, and the other person may not really have time to pay that much attention to us, and again the relationships may be affected. So I'm not going into a lot of details. I'm just speaking about small hours, some hours that are developed in the relationships for healthy relationships. So if you like my video and if you want that I speak more about hours, you can probably put in the chat box and the comment section, and then I'll probably make a very detailed videos on hour. So this was the first fifth hour. Now let us come to the sixth hour in a relationship, which is very important. And the sixth hour is restrain expectations. Relationships fail because of false expectations. All of us develop incorrect boundaries, and we have false expectations. We have expectations that our husband, since we are doing karwa chauth for our husband should give us this kind of gift, and if he's not giving, then our mood would be spoiled. It's my birthday, my parents should wish me like this, my friend should wish me like this. So what we have done, we have made other person master of our life. We are not able to enjoy our lives on our own. I'm not saying that you start living in seclusion and try to ignore other people. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that restrain your expectations. When you will restrain your expectations, then definitely you will be much more happier, much more contented, and try to try to ensure that you are master of your own life. Your happiness is not dependent upon others. So if you want healthy relationships, ensure that you mellow down your expectations, you lower down your expectations, or better not have expectations at all. And if you will not have expectations, and then you will get gifts, and if you will get something in return from somebody, then you will be very very happy. So it is like na neki kar kuएं में डाल. So if you are doing something for somebody, please don't think that you don't do it with a mentality that you will get that thing in return. It is not essential, and it is no use of doing any effort if you are doing it with a mindset you are going to get it in return. And don't try to take credits for the things that you do in life. We have this habit of we want to take credit of everything that we want in life. So I don't think the taking of credit and making efforts go hand in hand. Our focus should be to make efforts, and if the credit follows, and if the goodwill follows, then it is the grace of the God, else you can take it in your stride. So restrain your expectations, mellow down your expectations. That is a very very important point, right? Be happy with whatever you have, and if you don't have, work hard to achieve that. Don't depend on others that they will give it to you. And very very important are reciprocate. Learn to reciprocate. Learn to exercise gratitude, right? Most of the people do not exercise gratitude. They take other person in the relationship for granted. अरे मम्मी है तो ये तो करेंगी ही ना, अरे दे आर माय पेरेंट्स, उनका तो इतना फर्ज बनता ही है करने का. If they are parents, they are not your slaves. If they have given birth to you, they have their own lives also, so you have to understand that. So learn to reciprocate. Small, if you that reciprocating somebody does not mean that you have to give them, shower them with huge gifts. Just giving a compliment, just giving them speaking nice words, and just acknowledging their efforts. Somebody has cooked food for you, just acknowledge what a wonderful food that you have made. Thank you for the food that you have given me. I'm so happy. You are so nice. Just these simple sentences and simple statements can work magic on the efforts of the other person, can work magic for the other person. So you should learn to reciprocate. You should learn to exercise gratitude. That's what we forget. We try to take the benefit, but when our turn comes, we forget everything. So don't do that. If somebody has done something for you, please remember it for your life and try to exercise exercise gratitude. That's very very important, because relationships go hand in hand. It is not that only one party is putting the effort and the other party will just think ये तो उसकी responsibility है, ये तो उसकी duty है. There's a life beyond duty and responsibility, so we should understand that. So learn to reciprocate, learn to exercise gratitude. The eighth R in the relationship is it's very important. is to restore your relationship by frequent communication. Most of the relationship fail because we actually shy away from communicating our concerns. We develop a mindset, वो तो हमारे बारे में ऐसे सोच रहा होगा और दूसरा बंदा आपके बारे में ऐसे सोच भी नहीं रहा है, right? So we develop this fake perceptions, and we the way we perceive ourselves and the way other person perceives us, there's a huge gap between that. So that gap may be sometimes filled in by communication. So 90% of the relationship problems can be sorted out through communication, because what we do, we stop talking to each other. What we do, we don't want to face each other. When it can be in any relationship, in the relationship of friends, because that ego comes in between, because that ego stops us from communication, because we start feeling that if we'll start communicating, then हमारी तो कोई वैल्यू नहीं रह जाएगी ना, वी हैव नो सिग्निफिकेंस इन अदर पर्सन's life, because we are the one who started communication. So I think communication and trust is very, very important. You should trust the other person. You should not only trust, it is also important to communicate whenever there is a fight, whenever there is a gap, because most of the children and parent relationships suffer because the children fail to communicate sufficiently with the child, with the parent, and the parent fail to communicate sufficiently with the child. And ultimately what start is just the blame game. They just keep on blaming each other, that parents have forced us to do, and the parents feel that our child is good for nothing. So it is very important. The eighth R is to restore the relationship, the strained relationships, through frequent communication. So do not shy away from communication. Come together, and it's not like that you will lose your importance if you will communicate. So don't stop talking. That is no solution. That's what most of us do. So, and the ninth hour, which is very, very important. Actually, all the hours are important, but this is again very important, which is taking responsibility of our actions. What happens? Our locus of control is totally external. We attribute the cause of successes to ourselves and the failures to the outsiders. It is because of you that this has happened in my life. It is because of her that has happened in my life. It is just whatever failure, whatever hardships, whatever wrong is happening is in our life, it is because of others, and whatever success we have got in life, it is because of our efforts. So please start taking responsibility of your actions. What you are today is because what you did tomorrow. It's not because of somebody else. So you learn this and you remember this, and please keep in mind, whatever is happening in your life, it's because you decided to do it, and take responsibility of your actions, and don't put blame on others, and do please shift your fingers from outsider towards your own self, and make your a locus of control from external to internal. That will bring miracles in your life, that will do wonders in your life. So this is all from my side. I wanted to keep the video short, but again, and I've not shared so many things, but still the video is going to be long, but please do watch the video. As usual, this is totally extempore. I just wanted to share something with you on relationships, and I hope you will like 9 hours. So quickly, let's go through them. Respect and honor the other person in the relationship, the other party in the relationship. Keep renewing your relationship by going to vacations, do shopping, and gift each other a small token of appreciation and affection. Respond rather than react in a situation. Restrict your boundaries, revise your boundaries frequently, and have adaptable and flexible boundaries. Reframe yourself from having demanded entitlements. You are not queen or king, and don't expect other person to be treated like queen and king every time. Restrain your expectations. Don't have false expectations, and don't have excess expectations. learn to exercise gratitude, reciprocate in a relationship, restore your relationship through frequent communication, and take responsibility of your action. So these are the 9 R's, and hopefully you will like these 9 R's. These are entirely based on my experience. And by the way, I'll take another minute to talk about my look. So you can see this is an orange dupatta that I'm wearing, and this is a purple shirt, and this is teamed by a cigarette pant, which is again in the orange color. So this is a perfect Banarsi suit, and this Banarsi suit I bought from Banaras, and I have got it stitched. So this is for perfect for the formal look. You can see I have got this design at the back. This is the design I've got at the back, the keyhole, and you can see I have teamed it with the MAC lipstick and the MAC eye shade. This is a purple eye shade. It is going perfectly with my dress. So hope you like my look also. So I just thought of giving a different angle to this video by sharing my look. So this makes a perfect formal Banarsi suit, which you can wear on any formal occasion. And so bye bye. Take care, guys. I'll see you super soon in my next video, and till then, enjoy yourself. Bye bye, and please give me comments. How did you like my video on hours of a relationship? Bye bye, guys.